Hello and welcome to this week's Horse Racing Ireland's 5 to Follow. We have Fairy House to look forward to this weekend on the Saturday and Sunday. We have the likes of the Drinmore and the Hatton's Grace. But just going back quickly then to last weekend, Martin, you had a winner with Go Paddy Go.
Yes, Miriam did that one, Sarah, and he won well at 2-1. We've been lucky with Mad Brian, I think, in the Tri-Town Chase. I thought he might be a better price, to be quite honest, but he did run well, finished second. So hopefully he might do a little bit better this weekend. As you say, some top-class race to look forward to. Really looking forward to it indeed. And you're going to start us off at Fairy House on Saturday.
Yes, I'm going to go to the 125, the Ballyhack handicap chase. I'm going to go with Cause of Causes in this, trained by Gordon Elliott, and Mark Walsh is riding him. Now, it is a competitive race, like most of the racing will be over the weekend at Fairy House. You've got the likes of Dick Dundee, trained by Paul Noland. Unfortunately, he fell last time out. But you also have Arthur Moore's Gentleman Duke, Potaras, Noel Mead trains, which won the race actually, that Dick Dundee fell in Cork. But I just think that Cause of Causes, he's really well handicapped over fences. He's got some really solid form from the hurdles. Now, the last time he ran, the ground was quite firm, the last couple of runs over the fences, and I do think that maybe with that little bit of a cut in the ground, he should go well on it. And also, the last race was slightly disappointing, but he was reported that he did pull up lame. So.
Well, yes, sir, he is £20 higher or lower in the chase mark than he is over hurdles. So if he takes the defence as well at all, I think he obviously has a very, very big chance on tomorrow. So I think he's a good selection to start off with. And also tomorrow in the fourth race in the card, the 155, the Dermot Fagan Lifetime in Racing Beginner Steeplechase. This is a really cracking race for a beginner's chase. There's at least 5 or 6 horses with good chances. The likes of Foxtrot and Operating were second and third at Naas behind Road to Riches, which were running the Drinmore Chase. And then Touch the Eden from Willie Mullins, of course, obviously good hurdler last year, some ticket from Desi Hughes. So it's a very interesting race. But the one I'm going to go for is trained by Henry de Bromhead, a horse called Sizing Gold. This horse I really do like a lot. He won a maiden hurdle at Christmas last year at Leopardstown. Very decent performance when he beat Morning Assembly, who of course is a top novice chaser now at the moment. And he's always promised to be a very good chaser. He's sure to be well schooled for his first run over fences. Andrew Lynch has been going well lately, and I think maybe 3 or 4 to 1 he's got a good chance in what is, I'd say, a very, very good race, and one to watch for future. I think an awful lot of these horses will win their beginners chases in the near future. So then going on to Sunday, as you were saying, Bar One Racing sponsors the 3 big races, and what a race meeting it is indeed.
Absolutely,
it's some tremendous horses here. And I think the first race I'm looking at is the 1240, the Bar One Racing Royal Bond Novice Hurdle, won by Jet Ski last year. A really good field here. All 10 runners going to post that were left in at the forfeit stage. All have been declared, which makes it a very exciting contest. Very hard to even know what's going to be favoured. Lots of horses with chances. The one I like myself is a horse called Gilt Shadow, trained by Stuart Crawford and ridden by his son Stephen. He was a very, very good bumper horse last season. Finished second in the champion bumper at Punchdown Festival behind the Liquidator, who has already won his first 2 hurdles. And the third horse on that occasion was Apache Stronghold, who's come out and won his 2 hurdles very well already for Noel Mead. So the form is very solid. Yeah. Gilt Shadow himself made an impressive winning debut over hurdles at Down Royal earlier this month. And while this is a step up in class, I think around 7 or 8 to 1 he's got an excellent each way chance. Now obviously there's a lot of good horses in the race.
Yeah, Willie Mullins obviously has a few runners.
Yeah, he's got 3, Alonso and Renetti, and also got Arctic Fire, who was going well last week when he first came down the flat. But not only that, we've got Milena For You and Ferry Wood, who were first and second in the Monksfield hurdle there a couple of weeks ago at Navan. That was a very good performance by both horses. They should run well. Jessica Harrington has Mr. 51 and Gambling Girl, both in very good form. And of course the Tullow Tank won well at Naas, so really cracking contest. But I'm going to go with Gilt Shadow each way. I think he's got a very good each way chance and a good future.
Yep, so I'll be making the 4th selection then. It's in the Drinmore Chase. There's 6 runners in this, and we could obviously make a case once again for all of them, Martin. But I'm going to go with Carlingford Lock, trained by John Kiley. Tony McCoy takes the ride on him again. He won the Galway Plate back in July and then went on to be second behind White Star Line in the Kerry National. So he's a really strong contender, and he actually will probably be quite a good price, which is why I've opted for him. We have the likes of Don Cassock, Sizing Rio, but I'd imagine that one of those is going to probably go off favourite.
So
I'm going to stick with Carlingford Lock. I'm hoping that the ground, he go on the ground, no problem. And hope there is a bit of rain forecast, I think, so.
Yeah, I think he's got a great chance, Sarah. And unusual for a novice, he's got an awful lot of experience.
Yeah.
Like this is his second time as a novice as such, because he didn't win last year. He ran about 9 chases last season without winning, so he's very experienced. But should come into play, I think, on Sunday. And around 7-2, 4-1, I think he's got an excellent chance as well. And then just to round things off, we're going to look at the big race on the day, the 2:15, the Barbun Racing Hatton's Grace Hurdle, a Grade 1 event. Last year's winner, Zaidpur, lines up here for William Mullins and Ruby Walsh. Obviously would have to have a chance after winning well last season. But this is a very strong renewal, and the likely favourite here is Jessica Harrington's trained jet ski, again ridden by Tony McCoy. Now, a very, very good novice last season, won a Grade 1 hurdle at Punchestown. He actually won the Royal Bond hurdle at this meeting last year. So the big question for me though, will he get 2.5 miles?
Yeah.
He's never ran anything over just 2 miles. He's always showed so much speed. I just wonder, will he get to 2.5? I think the likes of Zaidpur in the race will certainly make a strong gallop for him, and probably will test him to the limit. And while jet ski has the class obviously to win, the one question mark is, will he stay the trip? And because of that, I think I'm looking for a bit of value here, and I'm going to go with Tony Martin's The Dig Out. It was a good winner last time out over this trip at Navan. He was a decent chaser early in his career, but things just kind of went wrong for him. He also was obviously a very decent novice hurdler a couple of seasons ago. He won a Grade 1 hurdle at the Punchestown Festival in April 2012. So he's a very, very, very good horse at times. I think he won very well last time at Navan, beating Mala Beach. That was a good performance. He's got Brian Cooper on board, because Davy Russell's opted to ride Rule the World. Obviously, another one with a big chance there as well. So, you know, in a very tight contest, even though there are only 5 runners, Jetsky will be favoured. I just think it's vulnerable over 2.5. I'm going to go for the Dig Out at maybe 7-2 or 4-1 to probably win this one. So hopefully that's our 5 selections. Hopefully it pointed someone in the right direction for a winner or two.
Absolutely.
And of course we've good race in England as well, Sarah.
Yeah, obviously we've got the Hennessy and Newbury then.
Yeah, we have a couple of good chances here for Ireland. Ruby Walsh will team up with Prince Devotion from the Willie Mullins yard. He also has Terminal down the bottom of the waist with an each way chance. But I suppose the big one from the Irish point of view is Jim Culty's Lord Windermere, winner of the RSA Chase at Cheltenham last year. Now the mounted Dougie Costello, that's a late substitute for Robbie McNamara, who unfortunately got injured this morning. So I think, you know, he's obviously a very big chance. 3.25 mile won't be any problem to him. He's plenty of weight for his first run in the handicap, but he has a touch of class, and hopefully he could go well in a race that we haven't done all that well in recent years. So hopefully that'll be, you know, another good race tomorrow. And of course next weekend then, Sarah?
Yes, next weekend then we have Navan on Saturday, and we have Cork and Punchestown on Sunday.
Yeah, and the feature there is going to be the John Durkin Chase, and it'll hopefully be a rematch between Fleming Star and of course Sur de Champ. They fought out to finish last year, and hopefully maybe it'll be another good battle between the two. So let's look forward to that.
Definitely more competitive racing to look forward to.
Absolutely.
So we thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next week.